why then a year juma. And I'm going to go be a debut or custom to about as I say, or Yansani, reference are
Darby.
Yansani or Bibian, Asamoka, Nabra boy, a debut on them or Bian or the other, or the two Abrabon air player, a Usua, and Sunsasia the Eba. And your friend wisdom. So wisdom is knowledge applied for proving results. So because say, with the Amboni Yansani, everybody is wise in one way or the other. So far say, Oye Bibi, Emma Sunsansubi, Ebano. Then there's an application of what of knowledge over there. So whenever knowledge is applied and the result is achieved, then wisdom has what actually come in place or has actually been manifested or occurred. So wisdom is not achieved on a silver platter, but it's only achieved through application, and it's only through application that you grow. So now let's go in. Okay, that's Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 12, 16 and 18. Yanko 12, no, Yanko 16, or 16. Okay, say, I told myself, I have become a great man, far wiser than anyone who ruled. What did he say at 12? Or so then, I would examine and study all the things that I determined that I would examine and study all the things that are done in this world. He will examine and study
all the things that are done in this world.
Thank you. Then Ubedu 16 now, just for the sake of time. I told myself, as I said, then God has laid a measurable faith upon us. Why did he say God has laid a measurable faith upon us? Because he realized that everything is actually based upon spiritual development. We are here to grow ourselves. We are here to grow spiritually, which is a task given to any individual being. So one year you come back, or you reincarnate to actually come and learn that lesson. You do chapter 12 or how death happens and whatever happens over there. Yanko 16 said that I told myself, I have become a great man, far wiser than anyone who ruled Jerusalem before me. I know what wisdom and knowledge really are. Do you get it? I know what wisdom and knowledge really are. And okay, 12 said that I examine and study.
Okay.
And I said that I know what wisdom and knowledge really are. So what? Study means what? Knowledge acquired. Examine means what? Wisdom.
I'm sharing some links. Some people are asking me for the links. That's why
I know what wisdom and knowledge really are. 18. Okay, I'm not jumping. I just want us to cover the essential aspect of it. Okay, 18 now. Okay, 18. Okay, the wiser you are, the more worries you have. The more you know, the more it hurts.
Why?
Why? Because the more you get to know and understand the universe, the more you get to realize that people are living erroneously. They are living they are misapplying the laws of health. They are misapplying the law of karma. They are misapplying the law of compensation, the law of retribution, the law of mentation, the law of polarity. All these things are ignorant to people. So always their life and affairs are actually misdirected because they don't really understand and know who they are. So always they are seeking outside of them for answers. Meanwhile, the kingdom of God is actually within them through the realm of the mind. Afeyanti aso na mon hwade bi wa ha me wi na Solomon declare the wisdom eboa.
Yeah.
Afeyanko ne yanko the wisdom of Solomon e book a eni mu modern bible nim be what the apocrypha. I don't think ye mu ye wi ne abekere wa sente mu ye mu. And that within that book did Solomon actually come into actually expatiate a hono be kire or telling wisdom and also or wisdom and intrase wo a hono be den obe kire mu. That's
So we are going to read from the wisdom of Solomon.
The wisdom of Solomon, which is
out of the Apocrypha.
The Apocrypha.
Okay.
Okay, so this is where Solomon actually comes to interpret or go deeper, expatiate upon of a kind of wisdom. Okay, so that's Solomon chapter 7, verse 7 to 22. Or say, realizing that I was only human, I prayed and was given understanding. I prayed and I was given understanding. What is prayer? Communication between man and what? And the universe.
Okay.
Prayer doesn't mean say worshiping a Christian God. Prayer is what?
Okay, so before I digress, do you believe in the art of worship? Should we as human beings worship, and who?
Yes, worship is actually part of the yoga processes.
Okay.
We have nine different what processes of what of worshiping of actual spiritual development.
Okay.
We have Hatha Yoga, Raja Yoga, we have Karma Yoga, we have Astanga Yoga.
Okay.
We have Astanga Yoga. We have Jnani Yoga. Jnani Yoga is acquisition of what of knowledge.
Okay.
And we have Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is what? It's worship. So worship also forms one of the paths of what spiritual what development.
Okay, I think another day we'll come to that. So let's continue from
Thank
the book
you.
of Solomon as you're reading.
Thank you.
And those of you watching and listening, you can send your messages to me on our Facebook page, which is Xlive Africa Radio, or 024778596, which is 024778596. And when we are done, we'll also open the phone lines. If you want to call, we'll open the phone lines for you to call through as well. So continue.
Thank you. Wisdom of Solomon. We are reading from the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 7. It goes as, realizing Solomon speaking. Now, afterwards, I'll explain to you who Solomon is and why Solomon was actually used to what? To personify the idea of what? Of peace or a king. Solomon was actually a personification of what? Of an idea.
Because that's my next question that I was about to say. Because now there's a controversy whether all of these were real human beings or literal or personification. So, to you, as a spiritual scientist or a spiritualist, the Bible characters, were they people who lived, or a personification or a metaphor as you?
Not all of them lived.
Okay.
Not all of them.
Okay.
Most of them were personifications. A
Okay.
few of them lived.
Okay.
And those few who lived were actually masters of the spiritual path. And they were the ones who actually imparting this message through the encodement or the esoteric word impartation.
Okay. Okay.
Because Solomon like this actually wrote so many books.
Okay.
Yeah, the Greater Key of Solomon, the Lesser Key of Solomon. All these books can be actually Clavicular Solomonis. All these books were actually written by Solomon, which are actually practical spiritual books.
I've heard of the 6 and 7 books of Moses, and we are told say if what kind of what damn a whole lot of things.
Nimdia ye man ninti na ye den ye bre. Nimdia ye ninti na ye den ye bre. Ade na ye kan sa because no kware na kasa na wo ho no ye di hu bia ye den abata ho ana aturu ni mo na ye na free ade ya fu bia ni pa ye den epe. So ati ase ade ya fu bia ni pa ye den epe. Makanity ya makanika sa kwem.
I said that for a better as well. Yeah.
So Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 7. He said, that's Solomon speaking. He said, realizing that I was only human, I prayed and was given understanding. The spirit of wisdom, which is the spirit of wisdom? The ophanims. When you study the Kabbalah, Solomon was actually also referred to as what? ETL.
Okay. What is that?
ETL means God in me.
Okay.
Whereas Emmanuel, God with what? With us. So someone was also known as what? ETL, God in what? In me, because he sought to actually develop himself what? Spiritually. And ETL is actually what? Evolving from what? From the realm of what? The ophanims, which is the second what? The second on the what? On the tree of life.
Okay.
The ophanims.
Can it be the same as the second realm?
The second realm or the second
heaven?
The second hierarchy.
Oh, okay.
The second hierarchy of the evolution of what? Of the soul.
Okay.
That's counting from above downwards.
Okay.
The ophanims. And that was what? He said what? The spirit of wisdom, which are the what? The ophanims, of which his personal or his guardian entity was what? ETL.
What's a guardian entity?
Guardian entity.
Is that what we refer to as angels?
Angels are messengers.
Okay.
But guardian entities are also messengers. But each and every one of us have our own individual entities guiding and what? Moving along with us. This is what the Muslim will call a jinn.
Okay.
When we read Quran chapter 72, it is there. Suratu al-Jinn, Suratu Jinn or Surat al-Jinn. It is there. We talks about each and every one of us have two jinnis working with us at every point in time. One representing what the positive pole, and one representing what the negative pole, which is represented by what baku ye fita na baku ye den eye tuntum.
Okay.
Ye beba honu munyina na what name be ase concerning the mystical aspect of these books. Now for the kasa one who sana be den kasa, then you begin to think better.
Okay.
So I said then the spirit of wisdom came to me. I regarded her more highly I regarded her
Okay.
more highly.
Okay.
I regarded her more highly than any throne or crown. Wealth was nothing compared to her. Precious jewels could not equal her worth. That's why we say knowledge is what? Is power.
So it's knowledge that she is referred to as a woman.
Yes.
Okay. Continue.
Wisdom is what he is actually relating to as what? As a feminine aspect.
Okay.
Because why do we relate to it as a feminine aspect? Because it is something we acquire, we identify with. Yoba.
Okay.
So that I say it's something you develop love for.
Okay. Yeah. Exactly.
Thank you.
You have to love knowledge.
Yes. So Yoba, which represents what? The feminine what? Aspect.
Okay.
Precious jewels could not equal her worth. Beside wisdom, all the gold in the world is a handful of sand, and silver is nothing more than clay. I valued her more than health and good looks. Hers is a brightness that never grows dim. In mysticism, whenever you see dim or darkness, it symbolizes what? Ignorance. So the more wise you become, the lesser you become what? Ignorant. Because the more and more you become wiser, or the more and more you become enlightened, ignorance actually what? Fades away.
Face away.
And I preferred it to any other light. When wisdom came to me, all good things came with her. When wisdom came to me, that's when application of knowledge came to me. All good things came with what? With her.
Her.
Because if you know that, okay, this day I don't need to do this, that day I don't need to do this, automatically you always apply the right thing at the right time, and you always have what? The right thing. What? You always have whatever you desire what? Manifested.
Exactly.
That never grows dim, and I preferred it to any other. When wisdom came to me, all good things came with her. She brought me untold riches. Untold what? Riches. I'm lost. 12. I was happy with them all because wisdom had brought them to me. I had not realized that. I had not realized before that she was the source of all these things. 13. I was sincere in learning from her, and now I am glad to share what I learned, just as I'm doing today. 14. No one can ever exhaust the treasures of wisdom. Use those treasures and you are God's friends. He approves of what you learn from her. So wisdom symbolizes what? God. God is what? Is wisdom. Because whatever we are seeing or whatever we experience in this universe, whatever is around us is what? It's actually what? The wisdom of God in what? In manifestation.
Okay.
So indirectly, that is the mind of the person manifested in what? In material aspects. So whatever we see around us is actually what? God in what? In manifestation. Or God in what? In motion.
Okay.
Do you get it?
Or God being practiced.
Yes. I was sincere in learning from her. Now I am glad to share what I learned. No one can ever exhaust the treasures of wisdom. Use those treasures and you are God's friends. He approves of what you learn from her. So if when you go into Hinduism, they refer the Hindu scriptures is known as what? The Vedas. And when you translate what the word Veda, you get the word what? You get the word verdict. So if on the word Veda we had the word what? Verdict.
Okay.
And the court. And how do we arrive at
judgment?
Judgment. You judge what from both sides, and then you come to what? A conclusion. So the word verdict simply means what? Logic. Logic. So the Sanskrit word for wisdom is what? It's what? Vedas, which means what? Logic or wisdom. So that's how they call their scriptures. So anything that makes sense is actually coming from God. Doesn't necessarily mean that it should come from a book before you actually accept it. Anything that makes sense, anything that is applicable, it's actually coming from God. That is why we all have mind. So automatically, wherever there is mind, there is there is thought power. Whenever the mind moves, we experience what the mind as what? As thought. We experience it as what? As thought. And that is God in what? In motion.
I'm learning seriously.
So he said, no one can exhaust the treasures of wisdom. Use those treasures and you are God's friends. He approves of what you learn from her. 15. I pray to God that my thoughts may be worthy of what I have learned. What I have learned. He is now what? Talking about understanding. Comprehension of what? Of those mystical principles. Of what I have learned. And that I may speak according to his will. That's the will of what? Of wisdom. The will of what? Application. That's talking from what? From personal experience of what? Of that spiritual or universal principle. You're actually in attunement with it, because with the moment you come to experience, you become one with what that which is being what experienced.
Yeah.